In Revelations 21 through 3, what kind of chains bind Satan for 1,000 years? Well, let's look at it in the C4/King James Version comparison. And I saw a messenger come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And I cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, and that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. So what is the great chain? Well, let's break it down carefully. Is it a literal or physical chain? No, not likely. Satan is a spiritual being, not flesh and blood, as in Ephesians 6 and 12. A physical iron chain cannot bind a non-physical entity. Therefore, this is a spiritual language, prophetic symbolism, and divine restraint. The meaning of chain in Hebrew and Greek. Greek word for chain is Strong's G254, halicis, a chain, bond, shackle, but is also used symbolically in 2 Peter 2 and 4. Angels who sinned were cast into chains of darkness. Jude 1:6 reserved in everlasting chains under darkness. These chains are not made of metal. They are divine restraints, limitation, and judicial spiritual confinement. So what binds Satan? Well, divine authority and spiritual restraint. The chain represents Yahuwah's sovereign authority to restrain Satan from his activities. Satan's influence has a limit. For 1,000 years, he will be bound, not destroyed, but restricted from deceiving nations, especially during Yahushua's millennial reign. The bottomless pit equals spiritual prison. Abyssos, Greek for bottomless pit, abyss, the deep underworld or place of restraint for evil spirits. This isn't underground in a physical sense. This is a dimensional prison similar to where the Nephilim and fallen Malachim angels were placed after Genesis 6. In 2 Peter 2 and 4, for if Elohim spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to Sheol and delivered them into the chains of darkness. In Jude 1:6, he has reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. This same realm is likely where Satan is held for the 1,000 years. The symbol of divine judgment and separation. In Hebrew understanding, chains often symbolize judgment, bondage, or restriction of the power. This chain is spiritual seal of Yah's dominion over Satan. Yahushua has the key though. The key of the bottomless pit means Yahushua has control over this prison dimension. As it says in Revelation 1:18, I have the keys of death and Sheol. The Malach angel in Revelation 20 operates under Yahushua's authority. Prophetic and spiritual interpretation. Satan's binding is not about metal. It's about spiritual limitation, legal restraint in the heavenlies, divine judgment, and removal of deceptive influence from earth during the millennium. During the 1,000-year reign of Yahushua HaMashiach, nation will no longer be deceived by Satan's lies. Revelations 20 and 3. Righteous rulership will be restored. Revelations 24 through 6. And Yisrael will be regathered and reign with Yahushua. Isaiah 11 and Ezekiel 37. So after the 1,000 years in Revelations 23 again, and after that he must be loosed a little season. This implies Satan is allowed to deceive the nations one last time, testing those born during the millennium who never experienced temptation before final judgment. Wow, that was a mouthful. So the chain is not made of iron or steel, but of righteous judgment and divine command. It is spiritual. No one can escape Yahuwah's decree, not even Satan himself. In Luke 10:19, behold, I give you power over all the power of the enemy. During the 1,000 years, Yahushua will reign with his set-apart ones, and Satan will be powerless until his final judgment. Wow. I hope you got that.